Very good afternoon to one and all. Dear students, in last lecture, we had discussed about syllabus and some definitions of decision theory and some terminologies that we will use in the practical questions. Now, today we'll see methods or techniques of decision making. That means if you have more than one alternative as well as more than one states of nature, then how can we take decision or how can we decide best course of action using different methods? So for that purpose, we have three methods in our syllabus. Decision making under certainty, decision making under uncertainty, decision making under risk. Now just look at this diagram. This diagram indicates so many things. That is, if the situation is certain in the market, then if situation is certain in the market, then it is very easy to take decision and it is very easy to decide the best course of action among the several alternatives. And when the situation is certain, then the risk of failure is very low. The meaning of risk of failure is low. It means if you take decision, then there is a high probability to get success in the business. But if you are taking decision under the risk, then the probability of failure is moderate, not less, not more. But yes, the probability of failure, that means chance of failure, is there. And what about the next situation when situation is uncertain? That means we don't know about the market situation or we do not have the perfect information regarding the market situation. Then the risk is very high. That means if you take decision, then there is a high chance of failure. That means if you select any act as the best act, then you might get loss in the business. So that is why it is very, very necessary that we have to select the best course of action using particular method. Now, on the other hand, you can see the management control. When the situation is certain, then there is a high control of the management over the situation. They can control the situation in well manner. But if you are taking decision under risk, then again the control of manager over the situation is again low or moderate. And if situation is uncertain, completely uncertain, then might be there is no control of the management over the situation, or they are having less control on the situation. So in real life, we can get mainly these three type of situation in the market, and according to these three situation, we need to take the best action. We need to select the best course of action using these three methods. So we'll see the methods of certainty, the methods of risk and the methods of uncertainty, and how can you take decision using particular method, that we will see in today's discussion. Okay, so let us see the method one by one. So let us start with the decision making under certainty. What is meaning of certainty? So when decision maker has so many alternatives or acts, we have seen the meaning of acts in the last lecture. So when a decision maker has so many acts or action, but only one states of nature, that means if decision maker has full information or complete information regarding the market situation, then he or she can be easily select the best action from the several alternatives, because here the situation is already known. He has all the information regarding the market. For example, say for example, demand. So he has already information regarding the demand of a particular product, whether it is low, high or medium. And according to this situation, he can select the best act out of several alternatives. Here, decision maker has perfect information about act, and hence he or she can select the best act according to his or her knowledge. So when we have perfect information regarding the market, then that situation is known as certainty. And in certainty situation, decision maker will select any act as the best act which has maximum profit or minimum loss. After all, any decision maker need to select that act as the best act which gives maximum profit or minimum loss. As we know very well, people are very greedy and they always think about the profit, profit and profit. So that's why this chapter comes to the picture that how can you fulfill your criteria regarding profit or loss using the different methods or techniques. And hence, this chapter is there in your syllabus because you are a commerce student, and as you are going to become a businessman in future. So you need to have a good knowledge regarding decision theory. Okay, I hope now it is clear to you all. Now, after this, let's take an example. Suppose decision maker has two machines to produce a product, and both machines can produce a same type of product. Now, if he get order to produce a product, then he can use any machine to produce a product. For example, in this table, you can see that he has two machines, M1, M2, and he want to take a decision whether I have to produce product from machine M1 or machine M2. So now here the states of nature regarding the demand is fixed. It is already known that you have to produce 5,000 units because the demand of a product is 5,000 units in the market. So that's why now it is very easy to take decision because you already know about the demand. And when you know demand exactly in the units, then we can use method of decision making under uncertainty. Now here you can see that if we produce product using machine M1, then he can earn profit 50,000 rupees. And if we produce product using machine M2, then he can obtain 55,000 profit. So here decision maker will select M2 to produce 5,000 units because it is maximum, and here decision maker has complete information about the demand. For example, 5,000. He is already known that the demand of my product is 5,000, and if I produce 5,000 units, then completely it will be purchased by the customer or retailer. So this is very easy technique, decision making under certainty. I am giving you 2 minutes to write this example, then we'll start the next topic. Okay, so let us move on to the next concept. Yes, decision making under uncertainty. In real life situation, you will not find the situation like certain, because you cannot say regarding the demand in well in advance. So now what we can do? So might be possible that in real life situation, mostly the situation is uncertain. And how can you take decision when situation is uncertain, or we do not have the complete idea or complete information regarding demand or supply? So in that particular situation, we can use decision making under uncertainty. Okay. So when decision maker has so many alternatives and more than one states of nature, mind well dear students, please note down here, when decision maker has more than one alternative and more than one states of nature, for example demand, so he has information regarding low demand, medium demand or high demand. So now, but he doesn't know the exact demand of the particular product, then how can we take the decision regarding particular product? So here we need to use decision making under uncertainty. And the decision maker has little knowledge about mind well. Here he doesn't have any full knowledge regarding the situation, but he has little bit knowledge, and using these he is unable to assign probability also, because he doesn't have full knowledge or information regarding the demand or supply, then he cannot find probability also. So now it is very difficult to decide best course of action or act using decision making under uncertainty. So it is quite difficult for decision maker to select the best course of action among several alternatives. Now, might be you are thinking that now what to do, sir? How can we take decision when the situation is uncertain? Is there any particular method, or we cannot select the best course of action? Of course, student, there is some particular method, and that method we will use to select the best course of action out of several alternatives. So let us start all that method one by one. So for example, consider the case of fashion designer who is planning her fall collection, matching fall with sari. She has three options open to her with regard to length of skirts: maxi skirts, midi skirts, or mini skirts. So basically, we have three types of products: maxi skirt, midi skirt, and mini skirts. Future events related to demand as perceived by the fashion designer as per her knowledge, or she has little bit knowledge, and she can say that if the demand is high of the product, then the fashion is accepted by the masses or by the huge customer or almost all customers. But when the demand is medium, only a segment of customers will accept. Those who like your product will accept only your product. Other customer or new customer will not purchase your product as the demand is not high or medium. And what about low demand? So in low demand situation, the length of skirt is not acceptable to most people. Now, we have to help a fashion designer to select the best action from maxi skirt, midi skirt, or mini skirt using different states of nature like high demand, medium demand, and low demand. So this is, now you can see here the demand is uncertain. Sometimes it is high, sometimes it is medium, and sometimes it is low. Then you cannot predict whether the tomorrow your demand will be high or low or medium. If, as per your experience, if you think that the tomorrow's demand will be high, and if you produce more and more units of maxi skirt or mini skirt, might be you will get loss, because might be tomorrow demand will be low or medium, and you have to face the worst situation like loss. And as a businessman, we never accept loss. We can accept less profit or medium profit, but we cannot accept any kind of loss in our business. So now the situation is what? Then how can we select the best course of action so that we can earn maximum profit, or we can suffer minimum loss? For example, in recent scenario, you can see that so many businessmen were telling that our business is not going well because so many customers have already left their places and they moved to the villages or to their places, might be in Rajasthan or in Rajkot or Mumbai or etc. Then now they cannot produce more product because customers are not there and they don't know about the situation regarding demand. So now in this particular situation, the method of uncertainty will certainly help you to decide the best course of action. So let's see now. Okay, so to take decision under uncertainty, basically we have 6 different methods. First, Maximax criteria. It is also known as rule of optimism or best of the best. Another one is maximin criteria, or it is also known as rule of pessimism or best of the worst situation. Third one is known as minimax criteria. Next, minimax regret criteria, or it is called Savage rule. Next, Laplace criteria or criteria of insufficient reason. And last is Harvey's rule, the realization criteria. So these are the 6 different techniques that we can use as per the situation of the market, and we can definitely select the best course of action using these 6 methods. So let us discuss all these 3 methods one by one. Okay, so let's start with very easy method, that is maximax criteria or rule of pessimism or best of the best. So basically, what is meaning of maximax criteria? So here a decision maker will select that act as the best act which has maximum of the maximum payoff or profit. So under this situation, an act is selected as the best act which has maximum of the maximum profit or income or payoff. So for that we need to follow these 3 steps. Step number 1, find maximum payoff for each act. For example, suppose you have 4 acts A, B, C, D. Then first you have to find the maximum profit from act A, maximum profit from act B, act C and act D. After finding maximum payoff, we have to find maximum payoff from the maximum payoff. That means first, suppose in act A the maximum profit is 5,000 and in act B the maximum is 6,000. Suppose this is my maximum profit. This is my step number 1. Out of these, again select the maximum. So again maximum is 6,000. So we can say that act B is the best act, and if we select B option, then definitely we can earn more profit rather than selecting act A. I hope now it is clear. So this is what about step number 3. Okay, consider it as the best act. Here the maximum profit is 6,000, then we will consider B as the best act. This is our step number 3. So let us see some practical example to understand this method in detail. Okay, so now see, this is the one best example that you can understand, or you can see to understand this criteria in better way. So basically you have given one payoff table. Now first of all, when you have payoff table, then first you need to check, or you need to recognize acts and states of nature. Now here you can see that we have given the alternatives. That means whether you have to invest bonds or stocks or mutual fund. So we have basically 3 alternatives, and we have 3 situations for each and every bond, stock and mutual fund. That is growing fund or stable fund or declining fund, or you can say the situation of the market, that is growing, stable, and sometimes might be it is in declining. So how can we select now the best act or best course of action using this table? So here we'll see first Maximex criteria. So here according to Maximex criteria, the first step is what? Select the maximum profit for each and every act. So let us assume this as Act 1, A1, Act 2, A2, and here Act 3, A3. Now, step number 1 is what? Select maximum profit for Act 1. And here you can see that maximum profit is 45. So, write down in the next column here. This is my 45. Okay. Then, again select the maximum payoff from A2. That is out from 70, 30 and minus 30. Now here you can see that the maximum is 70. So please write down this 70 in next column. And from third act, again we can see that the maximum payoff is 53. So write down 53. So this is what? Step number 1. So here I can write this is our maximum payoff. Step number 2, select maximum payoff from the maximum payoff that we have already selected in step number 1. So here out of 45, 70 and 53, you can see that the maximum payoff is 73. Sorry, 70. So hence we can select stock as the best investment tool rather than selecting bonds and mutual fund, because what is meaning of this? Doesn't matter whether your market situation is growing stage or on stable situation or in declining stage, you will definitely earn the maximum profit other than bonds and mutual fund. So this is nothing but method number 1, Maximex criteria. Now I'm giving you 30 to 40 seconds to write this example, and we'll start next then after. And I hope it is very clear to you all. Okay. Now let us move on the next method, or you can see the next example. Now this is unsolved practical question. I'm giving you 1 minute to solve this question, and then after we'll discuss, and you can check your answer also whether you are right or wrong. If you are right, congratulations. Now it is very clear in your mind. Now here bracket shows the loss, because you, as you know very well, in the language of accountancy, loss will be written in the bracket. So here this is minus 10 and this is minus 30. That means it is not profit but it is loss. Okay, now try to solve this question, and after 1 minute we'll discuss, and definitely you can check your answer also. Okay, so let's check the answer. First, according to Maximex criteria, we have to read from the last word, that is maximum. So first, we'll find maximum payoff for Act 1, Act 2 and Act 3. So in this, you can see that in first row, maximum is 80. So we can write here 80. Then maximum is 100. So you can write here 100. And from Act 3, the maximum payoff is 75. So you can write here 75. Now, again, first we have to find maximum, and out of maximum, we'll select that act as the best act which has maximum payoff. And definitely you can see that out of 80, 175, the maximum is 100. So, according to Maximex criteria, we can say that B is the best act. And what is the question? According to Maximex decision rule, which option should be chosen? So we can say that option B should be chosen as the best act, as it will give the maximum profit. I hope now it is clear to you all. Okay, so now if you have any difficulty, any query, any question, then you can draft your message in Google Classroom, and I will definitely respond your question. Okay, so I hope now all these methods is cleared in your mind. Let us revise again what we have seen today. So first we have seen the methods of decision making. There are three methods: decision making under certainty, decision making under uncertainty, decision making under risk. Then we saw what is meaning of decision making under uncertainty. Then we have seen example. Then we saw what is meaning of decision making under uncertainty, then its example, then how many methods are there to select the best action out of several alternatives using methods of decision making under uncertainty. Then we have seen Maximex criteria, and then finally we saw practical questions. Okay, so thank you very much. Have a nice day. See you in next lecture.